Hi, I'm David Van Bruwaene. I'm the CEO of Fairly AI, and we are revolutionizing AI compliance with our new product, Asenion. Oh, I have extra time. I'm not supposed to have code in anything I do, so this whole presentation will be code. Generative AI produces loads of content, and it opens up an enormous amount of risks that involve a huge number of different areas. The traditional methods of dealing with AI compliance are really not up to the task. If you've answered any of these emails, I think you'll know you can't keep up with all the scale and velocity of artificial intelligence producing new content at any given time, and people that are in situations where the legal work piles up when they hit a catastrophe situation have nothing to pull out of, nothing to go to, and it puts a company at an enormous amount of risk. We're introducing Asenion, a compliance agent. It's named after Isaac Asimov's 3 laws of robotics. Those robots compliant with those laws are Asenion. Effectively, your models can become Asenion. We perform automated on-the-fly checks. We do it very easily. We map policies that humans, your bosses, can understand to actual structured requirements in the data sets, the models, and the infrastructure. And we automate that process in your CI/CD. We've done this with internal audit out of a global bank I can't name, did it at scale with British Standards Institute, and we've done it with an international consultancy across 300 different models. We have an enormous market opportunity. This is a top down. Bottom up is about 10K per model per year on subscription, and I think we all know that there's a lot of money in that pocket. Data scientists, compliance officers, executives, small teams, large teams, everyone can use this. It is something that will speed up and de-pain your work. We have a subscription service. We have a platform-based fee as well as plugins. Those plugins can run the ISO standards, NIST's risk framework, New York hiring law. We are ready for that, and we have general purpose fairness type tests. We've done co-developments with large entities. We are in our beta release right now. We're doing full release in September. Marketing Blitz, you'll hear more about us then. Come to our booth, take action. We have a large language model policy. If you want to keep up with it, just scan that code. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you. Awesome. I'm happy to start. Awesome presentation, by the way. I love the code format. That is very clever. Curious, how do you think about in the compliance space where kind of like legal liability starts to come into play and whether or not you guys deal with any of that or are able to circumvent it or whether that's involved in the business at all?
We have some engineers and we have a JD as a compliance engineer on staff to get started. We're worried. We give legal information, not advice.
Not advice. Smart.
And we do not do any kind of sign off. The information is provided through attestation, and it is a concern, but also being able to uniquely satisfy that will give us an advantage.
Very smart.
I also really love the presentation, and just maybe worrying some VC might not be able to understand it.
This is the only opportunity I had, and so I took advantage.
Just kidding.
This crowd.
So for the I love it. So like I talk about privacy and also regulations. Like this is like a really great category I think to build like a product in. So it's great, and I think a direct or like straightforward question will be like how you compete with other like similar ones, right? Like to my understanding, this is not a technically like maybe like hard product to build. So like how you compete with other similar ones will be a question here. Yeah.
Right. So there is a little bit more to it than just form filling. We have a couple patent pendings. One's gone to global status. It's unique around the entire infrastructure, mapping qualitative and quantitative structured controls, and having an aggregate risk output. We use fuzzy logic controllers, which are explainable and give you traffic light signals, and then the data moat being able to benchmark and threshold against within industry, cross-model, all of this information, is a massive advantage.
That's that direction.
Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, David. I'm curious how you guys have built fairly into, let's say, like the enterprise workflow, right? It looks like you guys have worked with really great labs and really great people in academia. I'm curious, like with your banking customer, for example, what was that process like of building for enterprise now?
So we spent most of our time on RFPs and on a lot of paperwork. We dropped a product inside of a Swiss bank. We were in a position where we knew from the start that we couldn't just be a cloud native platform, so everything's Dockerized, containerized, and we also have offline mode, so that you just have a configuration file and then put it in a secure environment, does all the tests automatic. That's what Asenion is, and then you can securely put it out, and that came through a lot of pain to get to that place.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's great. David, I have one quick question. I think with startups, a lot of times these ideas are born out of sort of some event or inflection point. Can you tell us a little bit about your story and how you got into this?
Sure. I was a philosopher from a computer science family. When I was in grad school, I went on exchange to Berkeley and I got the NLP bug. That turned into a startup, social scanning. I did 50 classifiers for protecting children online. When I sold the company, I had to manage all the GRC around that, which didn't exist. And I wished it did, because it was very dangerous and also very beneficial. And what I wanted there to be there is what I'm building here with Fairly.
Awesome. Cool. Any immediate plans, hiring, or anything that you're looking for at the moment?
We are closing off our users in our beta. We're taking that feedback. Right now, we're pretty product focused, and that doesn't mean we're not laying down the groundwork. And in the fall, I'm hoping everyone hears about us.
That's great. Yeah, thank you so much, David.
Yeah, thank you.